Early start today.
What's good? What's good?
What's up, bro? we ready to give him another week of this shit talk that we do.
Pretty much. Let me try to work with this. Ain't no guarantee. I need a fucking tech person. Like someone that understands this shit better than me.
Don't we
Like, there you go. Does that work? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I'm still here. We just waiting for Will. That we can really get this kicked in another gear.
Damn, that's hot as fuck over here. How hot is it?
Probably about 85. Oh, 71. I'm surprised. It's been
like
toasty all week. It's been raining like a motherfucker. It's supposed to rain this whole week. But it's cool, though.
I don't know how the fuck like this shit. This shit's so annoying.
What's up, yo?
What's the word? What's up with y'all niggas, man?
Not much. This is what, episode
18.
20 or 19?
8? Is it a dub? Because I feel like we had a dub.
18. I thought we just did 18. It's either 19 or 20. I know that. Like it's.
We at episode 19.
19, yeah, 19.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Let's get it.
What's up with y'all, man?
Not
Work.
much. Yeah, that shit. And, trying to leave these hoes alone.
What I missed? Yeah.
No, we just be getting stuff set up right now. But we can get into some deeper shit since we got everybody here.
That's a fact. We probably got to be like, anybody listen to this, we probably got like the most boring intros like imaginable. Like niggas coming here is like, oh, what's good, and like ain't nobody got no fucking story to tell. No like.
Yeah, ain't nobody.
No, that's
we're wild no good shit, man. Hey, but the wildest shit be, y'all ever realize like how different different chicks and shit like as far as just like attraction in general, like
every day.
Like it just be like nigga, it ain't no way we looking at the same thing.
That's a fact.
Every day, bro.
Because I definitely had these niggas at my job telling me about a chick for like weeks before I finally seen her. And like just my boss and shit, my boss and one of the other supervisors, of course, they like older white guys like in their 40s and 50s and shit. So you got to take everything they say with a grain of salt. But these niggas, they was telling me about this chick. Oh man, she fine as fuck. She got a nice ass and all this. And usually when a white dude tell you something about a girl with a nice ass, you kind of got to be careful anyway.
Yeah, your expectations should be low.
So then I'm like, whatever. I'm like, whatever. I ain't too hype anyway because I'm like, I'm just kind of like, all right, we're going to see what they talking about, but I don't really trust these niggas. I trust them as far as I can throw them. So I'm like, I see when I see. So then when we had this meeting and shit, so then I'm expecting her to be there because like doing what I do and shit, it ain't really a lot of girl. Like she was the only girl working. Us and shit, it was a bunch of niggas. So we ended up at a meeting. So then the girl is in, but I'm just in my head. I'm like, all right, they must have hired another girl and they said shit because this can't be her because this bitch over here smoking squares, talking like one of them little folks in those cigarette commercials and shit when they got a hold of the thing that they thought I'm like this.
Oh man,
I said this can't be it, Lord. So then after the meeting was over, they come telling me, yeah, did you see her? Did you see her? Oh, not if that was her, I ain't see her. Until about the bitch ain't had like no type of, but she was like skinny as fuck. And they was telling me about how she had all this ass, and I'm just like, man, I might need to go get my ass checked out. I definitely ain't got the eyes of a 40-year-old white man.
That might be a good thing, bro.
Yeah, them niggas was wildin'. Oh, shit.
What the fuck? I swear I need a tech person. I should be.
What you over there doing, man?
I'm just trying to get this shit to work at the moment. Trying to get this headset in. Like, shit is whack right now. I guess
What, dealing with all that Yeti shit?
Dealing with the Yeti. I got another like headphone, but even that shit's fucking me right now. Like, I don't get what the fuck. I be doing the same shit these niggas. See, this is why I can't trust niggas on YouTube. I be doing the same shit they be doing. They shit works. My shit don't.
I know, and you
Man,
keep
this
listening to
episode
niggas
19.
on YouTube, and I keep listening to you. So what that mean?
Don't trust niggas from
This
YouTube.
Don't trust
episode
you.
19. We still trying to get the kinks out and shit.
That's a fact. That's like. Oh, that reminds me though. That's how I was gonna start this shit off. You just remind me. I was definitely trying to sit there and stall for time, and I'm like, nigga, where did I put my note? Like, I was trying to think like I had an opening for this shit, and I just couldn't remember it for the life of me. Let me go through here real quick. You ain't got no interesting stories for the week, Tony? Ain't nobody told you a bitch was bad and you looked at her cross-eyed?
What happened this week? It's some shit, but I ain't finna talk about it on that shit though.
Damn.
Shout out to all my old bitches though. You know who you are.
I definitely ain't shouting none of them bitches out. Like, me and my girl just had this conversation. I told her, I said they fall off my credit report in about another year or two.
I respect that, bro.
That's a fact. Check the Carfax.
That's damn.
I'm telling you, that shit real.
That's real.
It's like a credit report after a certain amount of time. But you can't keep bringing these bitches up no more.
That's a fact, yeah.
Y'all see that donkey today where old boy invited his ex to the wedding?
Hey, is that a flex?
Yeah, he was kind of wild, and that was old girl. That did she like kill him or some shit, or she stabbed him or some shit like that?
Damn.
I mean, and it's kind of fucked up because it's like, damn, she wild for stabbing him, but then it's almost like even me thinking like, damn, he might have deserved that shit because he was bold than a motherfucker. Like, you must not. Oh, y'all shouldn't have been getting married if you don't know the type of woman you got. Because I know for a fact if my ex pop up at my wedding ever, some shit is going down.
Hey, no bullshit though, because like the idea of doing that, like you got to go through steps in the first place. Like you got to send the invite out.
That's
wild anyway. Because how did she get the invite? Like,
did he do it directly or through
what niggas know anything about their wedding? Like besides that, I got to show up at this time
with this on.
With this on.
He sent the invite to her personally.
I don't know. I don't know if me and my girl was talking about that because somehow, like, I think just yesterday we was talking about like ex, like if an ex popped up at a wedding, and I'm like, yeah, number one, ain't none of my exes doing that shit. Because number one, I don't play that shit, and number two, my girl don't play that shit. So if they smart, they gonna stay the fuck away. And I'm like, her exes, it ain't no telling. Them niggas might be bold enough to do it. When I'm like, they'll be bold enough to die. I'm gonna send them to God.
If
edit that out.
One of my old chicks showed up to my wedding, he said, edit that out.
Shit.
I didn't even watch nothing for Breakfast Club that day. My girl sent me the video. She's like, she's like, this shit happened. You died first, then she dead next. Fuck you trying to have I object moment at my wedding.
Hey, no, that shit would be low key lit though. Shorty just pop up like I object, and like a big ass a bra breakout. I'd be like, damn. Hey, no, it's really gonna make or break the whole shit depending on who you grab to break it up.
Nah, see the wild part about my shit is, look, my girl probably ain't gonna get to it because between my family and her family, she gonna be getting her ass beat before she make it halfway through the door. Like it's gonna be like the brawl with the Mexicans all over again.
Oh man,
especially because my ex is Mexican.
That's coming. Everybody listening, y'all gonna hear that story soon enough.
They gonna think she the ops.
Shorty was definitely Mexican.
Oh, look.
Hey, that's a whole nother classic like series of episodes in itself.
Damn. That's
what's that McDonald's y'all used to work at? So you want to shout it out? Oh fuck them.
What you say, yeah?
I said, what's that McDonald's y'all used to work at? You gonna shout it out?
Nah, we not shouting nobody out. Nah, they don't get no free publicity.
Ain't no motherfucking shout outs around here.
That's a fact. We figured that out last episode.
Ain't no more that
niggas
shit going on.
Paying for shit.
You can say ain't no more shout out. We all smoke.
I'm gonna need, unless you sending the paycheck, you ain't getting shit. Like, we big time.
And even if we ain't, mentalities are. Our mentality is bigger than the podcast right now, but whatever.
Yeah. Oh, we definitely bigger than the podcast.
Will tell it. Will was LeVar before LeVar. Will definitely was on NBA Live talking about I'm undefeated.
Oh, like I've been 55-0 for about 5 years. in every category. Like fights. Benches.
Never lost.
Never lost.
Never lost.
Like,
I don't even know I can't even remember the last fight I had, but I know I won it.
That's a fact. That's a fact, like a motherfucker. Because I couldn't tell you the last time I was fighting a nigga, but I definitely know for a fact, like I ain't take the L on it.
That's because you remember, you definitely remember it. You know, after you done whoop so many
you can't
asses.
find a nigga that's going. You can't find a nigga that's going to walk around talking about, I lost these 3 fights. That shit don't happen.
They're talking about I took that one. He got that. It's always something because a nigga know he lost, but it's always something.
See, but the way I was raised, this shit is one of them things. Shit, if I lose, we got to fight until I win.
See, hey, no, I'm definitely one of them no rematches if I win.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
The
problem is, I ain't asking for no rematches. It's on site. like,
my nigga gonna scratch out his record. This shit could be like 33-1. He gonna find a nigga and scratch out the one talking about I'm 34-0.
Like if they count it as a loss, then that means it never ended. It's still going.
They can say never happened.
So that, like, I mean, you know, it's like one of them things that like it's on site every time. It ain't no asking for no rematch.
Losses vacated and shit.
Like, nigga, wait till I see you again. That's all.
Hey. You see that nigga with his mom's at the fucking gas station.
It's going down.
Niggas' fight records definitely change after high school. Because once you don't got to see that nigga no more, you definitely be changing the story about what the fuck happened.
Yeah, you definitely calling it a W when it was an L.
That's a fact. Niggas be like, hey, ain't you fighting? He's like, yeah, I won. He's like, are you sure about that? Hell yeah, I won that. Fuck you,
like, hell yeah, I had them all on the lock and all type of shit.
Especially you start meeting new people and talking about, nigga, my fight. Everybody fight record means.
Everybody undefeated if you just met them at the like high school and shit.
That's a fact.
Especially if you can't fact check them. They could be like, hell yeah, you know Troy? Like, yeah, I fucked Troy up in high school. Like, Troy beat your ass in the cafeteria.
Beat the dog shit out you. And all of a sudden you undefeated.
Hell yeah. We definitely had a nigga get flipped like on a lunch table and just fucking wailed on.
Hey, no, the cafeteria fights was either the best shit you ever seen or the worst shit.
If a nigga ever tell you he got wailed on, you know he got his ass whooped.
I used to be in that bitch like, yo, can we just all sit down? It's all a front row seat if we all just stay in our seat.
This nigga wanted to organize fight and shit.
It's always niggas wanna get up and run to the front, and I'm like, I don't care enough to be running this shit.
No, nigga, you got to make a blockade.
No, they step on my sixes. It's gonna be more than one fight.
They step on these all white G Fazos.
Niggas used to make barricades like so the teachers and arcs couldn't get in there. Talking about you got two people fighting, you have like a wall of
pussy. Because nigga, we definitely had police in the cafeteria.
I definitely watched the teacher put the paws on a student before.
No bullshit.
Well, old girl thought she was really with it. She just knew the teacher wasn't gonna do shit. I'm talking about the teacher. Gave her a 5-piece. Hold the biscuit.
Hey,
she said, "But bang bang."
Hey, high school was like some of the funniest shit you ever see in life, yo.
Like, oh fuck, what's the wildest shit y'all saw in high school?
I had a nigga get mad at me for not being involved in his gang fight. Like, nigga, I'm not in the gang. Like, you my homie, but that's gang related. It was like 50 niggas out there. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
The wildest shit I seen in high school. Oh, go ahead, bro.
No, you go ahead, Joe.
The wildest shit I seen in high school. This is my 10th grade year, so this is about 013. Yeah, like the end of 2013. So we
said 013.
I definitely said 013. So
you one of them niggas. What the fuck?
So we niggas had football game. So like the football team was like this when they picked up steam, they was winning this shit. So like a team like another high school from like the west side, they get the beef and shit. So these niggas come up to school, bro, ready to fight over a football game. So I'm like, okay, this ain't about shit. When I say that it was a riot that day, like, that shit was wild, yo. Matter of fact, let me find that shit on YouTube, because it's definitely on there. I had to walk a nigga to the bus stop that day. My man thought he was finna get jumped.
Oh, said, man, bro. My boy, he gonna tell me, which he already know, like, yeah, you my man, and we done fought before together and shit, but it ain't never been like, we done been hooping and nigga, and then we done got into it with niggas. But I'm like, look, I ain't in no gang, nigga. Y'all over here, y'all out here, y'all get them boy crazy or whatever the fuck gang y'all claiming. I don't know shit about that. I'm from the south side of Chicago. I went to high school out in the suburbs and shit. So I'm like, look, all this extra shit, like, I don't know nothing about none of that. My boy had the nerve to be mad. I'm like, whatever, nigga. That ain't really got shit to do with me. I ain't affiliated with none of y'all gang shit.
Yo said that ain't my smoke.
that ain't my smoke. Now if we out, if we out and like some random niggas want beef, then that's different. Like if you ain't a gang banger, you don't get involved in gang shit.
Yeah. No, I'll never forget. Literally, this shit was like my first week. Now this would have been the first week of high school and shit. And I don't know how it worked with y'all, but for gym or PE, it's normally don't like your first couple of days, like you're not really out. Like you have to switch clothes for PE. Like they give you like the school shirt and shit to wear.
Oh yeah, I got my gym shorts on right now.
Yeah,
still representing.
I definitely had my shits for years.
Still representing.
But it's like the first couple of days, like you done got your shit right. So a lot of times, like the coach talking to you about whatever.
Oh yeah.
Usually with our shit, like you pretty much the first couple of days, like you just chilling, right? And it was our first day, like we actually had to go in, switch and shit. And they said they were gonna, we was like running, and then it was a Friday, so we were just gonna do run, and then like we go play football or basketball, whichever one you wanted. And I remember walking out of the locker room, and you want to talk about like nice fight records? I had a nice middle school fight record.
That's because you was 16.
Yeah.
You 16. You better not lose.
So I'm like out there. I got my confidence. I'm like, fuck, like someone wants to fight me was good.
And I would hope so.
This nigga out here looking for the beef.
He looking for the smoke.
Hey, nah, but that shit was dead real quick after this because I learned I ain't want no smoke and I ain't want to fuck with no niggas from Auto Shop. So
damn, niggas upped it on you, yo.
I would swear, like now, like I'm just like I'm literally a week in this bitch, And like I knew some upperclassmen, but I didn't really know a bunch like that. So if there was like pre-beef before I got there, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't know shit about that, and I'm not gonna get myself involved in that, right?
Right.
So apparently there was these two dudes. One was an auto shop, and I guess we used to fuck with him all the time. And it was one of the dudes that had fucked with them. They were like right outside where we changed in the locker when we went out and was waiting for the coach. And this nigga was walking up. I ain't hear shit except yo called him a faggot. And then on site, my man took a screwdriver out his back pocket and shoved it right above his right eye. Like,
damn, dog. Hey, yikes.
Damn, that shit is wild.
That's excessive.
That's like attempt. That's attempt. He caught a charge.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, dead ass. I'm like, that was like my first like high school fight that like I saw.
That nigga got stabbed with a
that wasn't a
screwdriver.
fight though.
That was
like
attempt murder.
That was assault battery. Assault with a deadly weapon.
Was it the Flathead or the Phillips?
I don't know.
Shit. He was trying to unscrew my man cranium.
He was, yo, that's wild. Because the idea of that, like, you gotta really like be committed to some shit like that.
Yeah, no, you like when you do shit like
I'd
that.
rather get shot than the screwdriver to the eye.
No bullshit. Because my man probably out here to this day, Slick Rick.
This nigga walking around with a Fendi eye patch.
Oh, Fetty Wap ass nigga. Is it Fetty Wap? Fetty Wap around. Now that you mentioned it, Fetty Wap about our age, nigga.
Nigga said Fetty.
I mean, I know he's from Jersey and all, but still. Yeah, that might have been what caused him to move back.
It's like Will Smith on The Fresh Prince. That nigga got in one little fight.
But shit, Fred definitely happened in high school. Fred, that was a high school story.
That is one of the funniest shits.
Oh no, man,
for the rest of my life, bro.
Because I mean, especially if you're talking about petty high school stories. Because I mean, mind you, like they was beefing the whole like throughout all the gym class, and the thing that pushed my man Johnny over the edge was because he told him his Jordans was fake.
You cannot tell a nigga they Jordans fake.
He told him his Jordans was fake, and next thing you know, Fred was asleep.
He said your mic's fake as hell.
It was like you know how like when they always show on cartoons and shit when niggas be seeing the little birds and the stars and shit.
Yeah,
Fred was definitely seeing that shit. I mean, Fred ain't never told me that, but if I had to guess, Fred was definitely
saying that shit.
Yeah, because I seen Fred. I think I seen Fred outside like after high school and shit. I seen him one time. Nigga was working at Finish Line. I was like, damn, you better not tell nobody in here they Jordan's fake. But that shit,
that's not gonna be good for him or them.
Like, and then I don't even know if Fred, everybody be like, oh yeah, he can't fight. You really can't say he can't fight because he didn't really get a chance to swing.
It was over before it started. Yeah,
he definitely gave Fred a 3-piece chicken tender.
Two-hit fight. I hit you, you hit the ground.
The classic 2-hit fight.
Cause like I don't know why I can't like that shit always in the back of my head. I mean, he literally like he got hit. He was done after the first punch. Cause like after the first punch, you seeing his body freeze up, and then on the way down, Johnny gave him 2 more. But then, and I'm talking about, and then I'm like, damn, I'm entertained for a minute until I see like. I seen Fred like start shaking and a little foam come out the mouth. I said, "Oh damn, let me get up out of here." So
I ain't trying to be an accessory.
Man, I don't want to be. I ain't answering no questions. I ain't see shit. I was in the locker room the whole time, so I had to step. I felt bad because I stepped over the body and shit.
Yeah,
because he slept him right in the hallway. So like that was the only way to get. From the gym room into the locker room, so I had to hop over him. I kind of felt bad for that, but I was glad to see he was all right. Like he was in a wheelchair, but he was all right. Like I think he was only in the wheelchair because he was still experiencing some dizziness.
Concussion light syndrome. Oh shit!
He definitely had to go through concussion protocol and shit.
Yeah, that's fucked up, yo. At least it wasn't in front of a bunch of people.
That shit just kind of wild because I mean, like next week they was back hooping together. Like I mean, Johnny owed me that fade. Like if I couldn't even swing.
Yeah, you definitely owe me a issue. If
like nigga, we got even if I lose, you gotta give me a
you gotta
foul
let
at
me
least.
get a punch up.
Yeah, you gotta let me get a swing. Yeah,
it's like Jim Jones and French Montana.
Man, look. And then what else happened in high school? That bitch when we used to take. Y'all take ACTs out there? Is that what it's called
you
out there?
could take them. I took the SAT though, but
yeah, I know
you can take the ACT.
Yeah, so for us it's ACT and we don't take the SATs. But during the ACTs or whatever, the bitch tried to burn the school down. She definitely went. She definitely went to the bathroom and tried to light the bitch on fire.
that stress, boy.
Nah, well, she was like one of them chicks that was like getting bullied and all that shit. So I think
she had enough.
She was waiting to get everybody in one spot.
The wildest shit was when there would be a fire drill and they really thought like niggas was finna go back in school. Like niggas used to just walk off, go to McDonald's and shit.
The wildest shit was bomb threats.
And no bullshit.
I was gonna say not to like that the setting the fire in the bathroom. That should only happen once for y'all.
What you say?
What? Yeah.
I said like someone trying to set like the fire in the bathroom. That should only happen once for y'all.
Wow.
Let's get into
the Caucasian hour.
Look, if you want to keep it 100, it was more likely for a nigga to come into the school with guns than it was for a nigga to set the bathroom on fire.
It was definitely niggas in there with guns in the book bag. Like your whole desk.
It's wild. It's only wild because like you figure most, even despite from what you see like with all the media shit as far as Chicago, most of the Chicago suburbs and shit, like if depending on where you at, like on the edge of Chicago and shit like that, it's the same shit. Like a lot of the niggas are trying to make it seem like, oh, it ain't Chicago, but it's like the same niggas. Like everybody that stay out there is from, they from the city or whatever. And like them niggas was definitely bringing guns to school. And it's wild because ain't nobody ever get shot. Niggas was just bringing guns to school to say they brought a gun to school.
No bullshit though. And I think like the idea, because I know plenty of niggas brought guns to high school, but it's like
niggas used to come to school with just holsters,
because it's like I got a gun, but he might got a gun too, and on top of him having a gun, it's police in this bitch with guns. So it's like, is it really worth it to pull a bookie out right now?
Damn, now that the more I think about it, the wildest shit happened in high school. Because my homie definitely got kicked out because he fought we had the cop on school or whatever to kind of be security and shit, but it was an actual cop.
Right.
And my boy, this was like, I'm talking about like one of my closest homies, definitely like got into a real life fist fight with the cop. And I'm talking about got a couple of licks in. And he got kicked out. He got kicked out because the nigga said he reached for the gun. I was like, it's a good thing this shit wasn't 2016 or 2017 because he definitely would be shot right now.
He would have got the shit shot out of him with no like second thought about it either.
But how many school fires did y'all have, Justin? Because you made it sound like this like an everyday thing for y'all.
Hey, this definitely
nigga, we definitely like that shit happened in middle school though. Like we had like a month straight on my middle school. Someone tried to set the same bathroom on fire.
Hey, somebody tried to set my middle school bathroom on fire. They went to jail.
Like, no, that's what I'm saying though. Like they eventually just had teachers like out that bit. Like there was teachers guarding like that bathroom after school and shit. Like, cause someone was always
why didn't they just lock the door?
Because you can't lock the door on them.
Oh wow!
Like. So they was dead ass. Was like they was just wait, and in my mind I was thinking, I'm just like, so y'all just gonna wait to see like if you can smell fire when someone walks out? Like, nah, we had.
Why just one bathroom? Though? Like it's a lot of questions.
But see, though, my elementary school though too, we had, and this is wild to think about today, is where like our playground was and shit. It's there was the park right next to it, and there was definitely a big ass hole in the fence between the fucking school and the park.
Hey, to keep it 100, if a nigga ever successfully burn a school down like during school hours, that has to be the most negligent school ever. Like, how you let a nigga burn a whole school down like during the day, during school hours? Nobody knowing shit.
Like, people used to like, I don't know. Fire was more so common. It wasn't even just niggas pulling fire alarms. Although, when niggas pulled fire alarms, the funniest shit ever. What was funny to me is the first time like I saw two girls really like go at it in a fight it's been like, I want to say early on when during 6th grade, like the first month or two of middle school, these two bitches started fighting. I didn't get to see most of the fight because they already pretty much everyone, as you would say, Tony, no one wanted to sit down and let everybody enjoy the show.
Niggas be wild.
Everybody was up like into that shit, and the only thing I saw was like the two teachers like pull them off each other, and the one bitch had like her fist clenched, the other girl's hair and blood just in that bitch like a trophy. And
she had the Arthur fist.
Hell yeah!
I'm definitely sitting here looking at like fights from my high school though.
Hey, I definitely like, once you finish, I got a question for y'all too, yeah, on some other shit.
Nah, she held that bitch like a trophy. I mean, blood, hair, everything. Like, damn, chill the fuck out.
I don't know why bitches were weaving their head ever, always trying to fight. What you gonna do?
But girls is vicious though.
No, girls be realer than niggas.
That's right. Look, niggas just want you like knocked out. This bitch, she wanted you knocked out. She was still pulling out hair. Like,
nah, niggas be trying to niggas think they Floyd. They want to hit you and not get hit. Bitches, they don't care. They running in with their head down and
they going at it. Niggas be trying to hit you with the pitter patter shots.
So. And everybody turn into a professional boxer when they get into a fight and shit. Everybody act like they got footwork all of a sudden.
You get a good jab, man.
You can stand there and get your ass.
All niggas really want is that ooh from the crowd. That's all niggas really look for.
It's like they be in this weak ass boxing stance and throwing all haymakers and ain't none of them connected.
You be winded as shit after 60 seconds.
As I said, the minute I get into a fight and the nigga miss a haymaker, he going to sleep.
That's why I definitely ain't never fight in front of niggas that was finna break it up. Like, all my fights had to be around, like, niggas I know was finna let me fight.
Oh, man. That shit.
Every school got that one,
what'd you say?
Like, meet up and fight location.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, nigga,
that's the park right next to the school.
Nigga, meet me in the alley.
Niggas was definitely meeting in the alley. It was mad alleys around my school, too.
Like, meet me in the gangway. Oh shit! But no, I wasn't asking. I said y'all both got girls, right? I know you got a girl, Justin. You was just pouring your heart out on social media and shit. Salute
Shout
to you,
my man. His relationship.
I can't.
Mixed love.
I'm not gonna jeopardize myself.
I know you was drunk. Don't worry.
I got something for that, but that's for the group text. I can't say that on here. That's evidence.
In my head, I was like, all right, I can't hate on it because, like, you know, love is a good thing. I'm in a happy relationship, so I'm like, I can't really hate on it. But I'm like, if this nigga don't shut the fuck up, but whatever. And you got a girl
ass, like, when you liked my shit, I definitely heard your voice in the back of my head.
I was about to comment, but I said, I can't even be petty like that.
Hey, I must have missed it. What my man's post?
I can't even remember. I know it was on Instagram. You had to probably.
It was recent?
Yeah, this was like a couple days ago. Last weekend or some shit, right?
Let me go check.
But you said you got a girl, right, Tony?
Shit, some days.
Well, look, yeah, I'm gonna take that as a yes. All right,
yeah, I'm gonna take it as a yes.
So now, like, I just want to kind of, because I think a certain way. So now, like, how would y'all react if y'all girl was like in a fight?
Hey, no, she gonna have to fight that shit. I never could be the type of nigga to be like, no, if my girl fighting, I'm fighting. Like, unless a nigga jump in that shit, she gonna have to hold that one.
It depends. That depends.
Niggas gotta see, y'all got me fucked up. Cause like, like I said, like, cause number one, like I know how my girl is. My girl, like, if it comes down to it, my girl go fight. She gonna fight if she got to. But I'm like, number one, my girl not ever gonna get into a fight around me.
No, if in that
So like
situation, then
either
like,
I'm
no.
either I'm gonna prevent it, like
Yeah,
so like
for
either
sure.
I'm gonna prevent it, or if like a bitch be wild and I'm telling her to chill out there, you know, if I gotta intervene, then I gotta intervene. But like my girl is not fighting around me.
No, I'm saying like if say we somewhere like that shit just happened. Like I'm at the register paying for some shit and she over there. Then I'm like, okay, like she fighting now and I gotta let her scrap that shit out. But if I could be like, come on, like chill out.
What you mean
Then,
let
yeah.
her though? I mean, so you're not breaking it up, nigga?
I mean, it depends, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
No, you definitely got to try to break that shit up.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't gonna even say you got.
It's like,
I ain't gonna even say you got to jump in. Like nigga, you got to break it up. Even if your girl
only thing you do is just like dead ass. If you know she gonna get the first punch in, it's gonna be a good lick. Let her get that first throw in, and then you gotta intervene real quick. You gotta look like one of them fucking superheroes talking about right time.
I don't know, yo.
No, that's like you can't. And two, especially like it also depends like the context, like what's been going on, like if it's someone random, if like it's someone, I don't know, because my girl's Mexican, she definitely had like two uncles who were just scrapping it out, at, like a family event, like literally like 3 weeks ago. But like they was real about it though, like they punched each other a couple times, got back up, shook it off, it was cool. Like we was all eating tacos again and shit, like. But I don't know.
Well, like I ain't living like that. My girl definitely like that shit ain't going on. That shit ain't going down in front of me.
Yeah, no, you got to break it up. Like I said, it's just if you know she's gonna get the first hit in. If you let her get that one punch in, then you stop.
No, because I'm like, let me try to break this shit up, and then she swing on me.
Who, your girl?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta live with that. That's gonna happen from time to time anyway. So I mean, you might like. I mean, you know, you should be used to that. Like by that, you know, whatever. You should know that's coming.
No, she good, bro. It depends.
My man say I'm good, love, enjoy.
With the capital L-U-V.
Hey, so when we was just in there talking about all this high school shit, I just had like the wildest shit I remember seeing in like elementary school. Cause I remember a lot of shit, but like the funniest shit that I remember seeing from like back then was like one day, I went into the bathroom and it was this nigga taking a piss with his shit all the way down.
Niggas wild.
Niggas like standing at the lady urinal and shit. I'm talking about like pants and drawers at his ankles. He was just standing there pissing ass out. I'm like, damn, he definitely ain't got no daddy.
Hey, when I said I would have walked smooth out that bitch, bro. Because I was like, I don't know what's finna happen next.
I said, his mama definitely don't know how to raise a boy. That's wild.
That's wild.
That shit is super wild.
I hate like niggas that like that's like niggas that like stand like at the same at like the shit next to you. That's weird enough. Like nigga, why you got your whole shit down? Like, no, that's not.
Hey, no, number one, ain't no grown nigga doing that still, yo. So if you see a nigga that's like an adult doing that shit like right next to you, you might have to still on him.
Hey, nah, because when you go, I don't know how often y'all like, but if you go out to clubs enough, niggas definitely be doing that shit.
No, because like on some real shit, like especially like because if I'm up in there and I'm taking a piss and then it's like open stars and you come right next to me and you drop your shit down there, I'm gonna take that as disrespect.
Nah, not both, yo. I'm talking about just going to the stall next to you when it's like I'm gonna say like midnight and shit past that when everybody like when that bathroom and that bitch is full, niggas definitely going to the stall next to you.
Oh, I mean if it's full, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, if it's full, then you know niggas got to do what they got to do. It's times where if it's full and I got to piss, like I ain't that like wild where I'm like, all right, I got to stand here and wait. Like nigga, I ain't trying to lick at your dick. I'm trying to take a piss so I can get up out of there. But like,
No,
you
that's
always
what I'm
got to
saying.
question
That's,
a nigga that just come up in there when it's empty and just stand right next to you and shit.
yeah, no, that shit. No, that like, definitely got to back up. Like,
Ugh.
that's wild. Like, just y'all in the back.
Hey,
Yeah,
which y'all think Anthony Davis gonna put on Boogie next time they play?
3-17.
And a win or a loss?
Definitely a loss.
Hey, shout out to my man.
But I mean, they said Boogie. They said AD ain't really want Boogie to come back. I mean, that's what I.
Then he definitely gonna put up 43-17. If you don't like the nigga, like I see. There's been so many different reports that came out of that shit. Like I don't know, but Anthony, the one thing I'm gonna say, and it's not even like a definitive statement. Anthony Davis loves every nigga that comes out of Kentucky. Like just unconditionally, he loves them niggas. So
they should have been trying. They should have been trying to trade whatever they needed to do to get Devin Booker there, even though he ain't on the trading block.
Hey, but that's what I'm saying. Though. So it's like to say that Davis doesn't like Cousins at all would like, especially because Cousins you could say is the second best player in the NBA out of Kentucky, and so it's like for him to not like him, but to fuck with like niggas like Julius Randle and Terrence Jones. Like,
hey, damn, you right as hell.
yeah, like he fucks with, like he brought Darius Miller over like. Anthony Davis.
No, about him being the second best Kentucky player in the NBA. Because I'm sitting here like, wait, this nigga right.
What's up with this KD and CJ beef? How y'all feel about that shit?
See, I think KD's like. Don't get me wrong, I don't.
Why niggas that be like 6'10" and stuff be like mad emotional, bro?
But it's like, but then I don't even know, like, I don't even know what the emotional part come in at the like.
I think at this point, like, first, I think KD's just tired of hearing this shit.
No,
like,
for Durant, I think it's some situations where he really care. I don't even know if he was like serious and like the shit he was saying.
See, but I think I think it just comes to a point to where it's like, I think a lot of people got high expectations for these NBA niggas when I don't, because it's like I don't give a fuck what these niggas do on their social media account, but I think like niggas really care who he responds to. Like I don't give a fuck, like, because if a nigga talking crazy to me on Twitter, I might respond too. I can't expect him to be a better human being than me just because he got a lot more money than me. So it's like, as far as him responding to shit on Twitter, like I don't even know how niggas could make a judgment off a nigga off of that, because one thing everybody should know is money definitely don't change you. It's going to make you more of yourself than anything.
No, that's definitely a fact. Like, and it's one of those stories, like, I don't personally care about. It's like today they was talking about, like, LeBron dunking at his son's game. Like, the fuck does that matter? Like that was, like, the most irrelevant shit ever. But when there ain't shit to talk about, niggas got to talk about that shit. And
they definitely getting LeBron in like every day. It got to be something about LeBron every day.
If you thought LeBron was talked about in Cleveland, you ain't saying shit yet. This nigga in LA.
Like, nigga.
You said what?
He said if you thought they was talking about him a lot in Cleveland, then you ain't saying shit since he in LA.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying though. It's like it's just one of those stories. And this is my thing with everyone that was like didn't like the way Durant responded or had some kind of issue. How many of y'all niggas really knew CJ McCollum had a podcast? That's my question.
That shit only funny because I don't watch none of them shows.
You said how niggas what?
How many niggas actually knew CJ McCollum had a podcast? Because I didn't. I'll be dead ass. Like, they was like, yo, he went on his podcast. I'm like, oh shit, all right, he got one. Like,
I think I found that shit out like a week before the fact.
I found that shit out when this shit happened. Like, you should be thanking Kevin Durant.
That's
like, you just got your podcast a whole lot more. I don't even know what all sports niggas got podcasts besides Arian Foster. And that nigga retired.
Shout out to my guy.
Like,
I still haven't listened to the album yet, and I need to.
I ain't listening to this shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the KD story to me, it's like, it is what it is. Like, nigga, Durant is almost in like that LeBron category. It was like, if niggas don't like him, they ain't gonna like him. If niggas like him, they gonna like him. Like, it just, your perception of Kevin Durant's not gonna change.
Especially, but like, I'm all for niggas like firing at anybody talking shit. Like, this nigga talking shit, give him something real quick. If that nigga talking shit,
And
give him
the thing
something
about
real
that,
quick.
the thing about that shit, like I said, is like I don't even know if like I don't even think Kevin Durant like was serious in like his responses, because he was like, I just came with your fucking podcast, like he was
He
just
was
talking
dead.
shit.
See, no, but he was laughing, but he was dead ass serious. Like, nigga, like he was on some shit. Like, nigga, y'all, like, regardless of whether we are who we are as the Warriors, y'all ain't good enough to win a championship. And it's
He
like,
was not lying about that
that's
stuff.
what I was about to say. It's like, fuck, you know, niggas acting like it's fucked up to say, but it's like, did he tell a lie?
Yeah, I respect the honesty way more than like some. Yeah, y'all was close. Y'all had a shot. Shit, like y'all definitely got swept by one person.
And but it was so wild when you
Nigga,
listen
two
to
people,
it.
the fuck you mean?
When you listen to it,
Who's the hold up, bro? Who's the two people? Yo, let them know.
Anthony Davis and Drew Holiday?
Ooh, come at us with that Pelicans knowledge. Let's get it.
when you listen to his response after Kevin Durant said, "Come on, bro, you know y'all not winning."
He said
that nigga
what?
sounded
What?
hurt. We got
He
a
said
chance.
we was close. He said we had a chance. He said
then
how
he
y'all do the
flipped the whole.
playoffs?
Then he flipped the whole boogie thing on him. He said, "Y'all got Nurk." He was like, "Y'all don't want Nurk."
He said
He
we could
was
have
like,
had
"We
both
could have
though.
had them both."
Was wild. They had their story today.
Hey, DeMarcus Cousins definitely be disrespecting motherfucking. Who the Blazers coach?
Mind you, DeMarcus Cousins be disrespecting CJ and Dame. Like,
Yeah.
if y'all niggas don't give me this ball,
We
Mind
talking
you,
about DeMarcus Cousins like that nigga ain't coming back till February and shit.
who is the
See, I don't
coach
even
over
know
there
what
at the
his
Blazers? Is
timetable on
it
that
Terry
is.
Stotts?
Yeah, I
Still?
think it's Terry Stotts still.
Like, I don't know. The Blazers need to trade one of them two niggas, though.
The Blazers need to do what Washington need to do.
Pretty much.
So you had to trade one. Which one would it be?
I'm
I mean, realistically, you
I'm
probably
not
ain't
thinking
doing
twice.
shit with either one. Like, you ain't gonna win the championship with either one, so you might as well trade them both and rebuild.
Well, that's what I would actually say. I think you could, depending on what you could get.
I'd trade them both for like an AD or some shit, like something like just a bigger name.
I'm like, I don't know.
I mean, I think you could win with Dame. It's just a matter of like what you can put around Damian Lillard, and it's like they can't attract nobody up to fucking Portland.
LeBron from 2 years ago.
LeBron and that team would have been nasty.
That's because Dame and Kyrie the same nigga, damn near. So you know you put LeBron with that nigga there, win.
But like, I don't know. Like, I fuck with Damian Lillard, but Damian Lillard definitely got to step. He's got to do something in the playoffs this year. Because he got. You said what?
No, go. It's on you, yeah.
Because Damian Lillard got a weird ass like playoff track record. Because he definitely gamed Houston in his first ever series, and he ain't done shit since then.
No, Damian Lillard. I'm not even gonna agree with that. I'm gonna just say like they done came up bad like with just luck type shit, because you look at when Steph was like real fucked up in the 16 playoffs, like when he was legitimately hurt, and he came back early. So it's like Portland just ran into like bad luck situations, because they've been in like they definitely been able to make the shit, but like if you go and play the champion before you can get to the conference championship, it's like you fucked already.
So then with using that same logic, does that mean the Pelicans is cold? Because the only team that's beating them is the Warriors?
I mean, sure.
What you mean, like this year?
If you want to believe that.
You mean
I'm asking.
No, I know what you're using the logic. I said sure, that makes sense. I see how you could get there.
And we got a game on them this year.
Just keep your hopes up, bro. I respect it.
I'm always having my hopes. The fuck? Nigga, I was rooting for a team like 3 episodes ago that Grievous Vasquez is our starting point guard. Like, I don't want like.
Now, do you think y'all are
I'm
closer this year or
definitely,
further away?
2 words: Jonas Jerebko.
You think y'all closer this year or further away, yo?
I think so. I'm legitimately worried about the regular season because, like I've said before, I don't like Anthony Davis playing center for 82 games. I also
Is center still a real position?
It is, in the West only because the last like just big guys, not even saying talented, but just like big guys who will rough you up are in the West. Like there is more physical centers in the West than there is in the East. And just
what's the 5?
Huh?
I said, what's the 5 like rough and tough motherfuckers in the West?
Cousins, Nurkic, Jokic. What's the nigga name on Karl Anthony Towns?
Cousins and Jokic, yeah. Cat
Nurkic,
maybe. Nurkic maybe.
What do we name it?
Just
Marcus
tough
yeah. No, I'm not even naming
like,
it. I'm just saying like the niggas that's like could give him like some issues, like him having to like body these niggas for 82 games in the post.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, but he's just not that kind of physicality center.
But like that's what I'm saying. But, like he don't gotta be though.
Who's going?
Especially because most of the niggas you just named is pulling up from 30 all the time.
Shit. Nah. I mean, honestly, out of the 5 niggas I just named, Cousins takes the most threes.
Shit, Cat pulls up sometimes.
Cat do a lot of shit he ain't supposed to. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like there's just it's just a physicality aspect, and even niggas who not really like even talented, or not necessarily not even talented. I shouldn't say that, but niggas who not at his level in terms of that, like he struggles with. Like honestly, like I'll use this as an example. Then this is a better one. Like Aaron Baines is a nigga that would give Anthony Davis trouble, and Aaron Baines might only score 4 points, but it's the fact he gonna put his shoulder down in him. He's gonna be physical for however long he's on the court. That makes sense.
But so you just saying like as far as big guys that AD would have problems like dealing with in the post.
Yeah, like Nene gave him hell this year.
I mean, then like, then you got to throw in guys like Capella and probably Gobert.
Like, but it's like even in that aspect, like he could still like take them away from the basket and like open and like create for other niggas though. So it's like
not when he's playing
defense. That shit I mean offensively, like that shit will work. I mean, defense is barely a thing in the NBA in itself. So it's like
that's the thing. It's simply a matter of like the body on body contact. Because offensively, Davis can kill any 5 in the league. Like there's no one that's keeping up with him as far as like even when he plays like Gobert and Capella, like he'll drop 30, but it's the fact. Like I said, the way he gets hurt,
damn, they fuck.
It's just niggas just being more fit, just niggas just being physical and in his chest. Mind you, niggas like 6'11", 250. Like Davis is not like a big dude.
Remember Anthony Davis before he got his teeth fixed? That nigga like a shark.
Like that's the thing. It's just. That's where his problem is. I think but anyway, to my point, like I think we're closer as far as the playoffs are concerned. Because you get us, in a 7-game series, that lineup is better suited for that. But I don't particularly care for it in the regular season. So I'm more so like, get us in the playoffs, and I'm gonna feel good.
If you had to just pick a number, where you think y'all finishing at this year?
I mean, no one's going to believe me, but I think we're the 3rd or 4th best team in the West.
But do you think y'all finishing it like as the 3 or 4 seed? Because we all know how regular season can go sometimes. As far as like,
shout out to my man because he will definitely talk himself into these things.
You said what?
No, I said shout out to you, bro, because you will definitely talk yourself into your convictions.
No, I'm just saying. No, name a team that's definitively better outside of Golden State, Houston, and OKC. And I'm even going to say OKC
Spurs.
as a toss-up. Hell no.
So you tell okay, bro. All right, we got time today. So you telling me the Spurs ain't better than the Pelicans?
Name the Spurs starting lineup.
LaMarcus Aldridge,
DeRozan,
Gasol,
Jonte. They could go Rudy or Lonnie Walker at 3. They bench us deeper.
It's debatable. It's definitely debatable. I don't think it's like no clear cut on either way, but that's definitely debatable as far as which one of them would be better.
I'm not debating that personally.
But I'm saying, though, it's like you can't name definitively better. And I'll even switch that out. I'll even switch out OKC and Utah. And that's one because I fuck with Donovan Mitchell. I would say Golden State, Houston, and Utah are the top 3 teams.
And what, just as far as being the best, or that's where they're going to finish?
That's where I personally see them finishing. And I think they're
Utah, I don't think Utah's finishing 3rd. And I like Utah.
Utah's tough.
I don't see them finishing 3rd.
And I'm probably wild. Because Donovan Mitchell averaged what, like just over 20 last year?
Yeah.
I think Donovan Mitchell was getting to like 25, 26 a game.
I mean, but then it's like one of them things where, like I said, I like Utah. I mean, you know, as a rookie, especially Donovan Mitchell, nobody was game planning for him last year. Like, I mean, until probably, you know, towards like the end of the season, of course, but I don't think they finish in 3rd.
Who's better though?
I mean, I'm definitely.
We didn't even say the Lakers, and that's
what I
wild.
was about to say. I'm giving any team with LeBron a shot. Like, I mean, I know,
no,
like,
and I think, but
you know, it's like we could downplay it as much as we want to, but it's like, other than probably, and I don't even know how Houston is going to do, but it's like, as tough as the West is, come to playoffs, it'll probably be a lot tougher. But just as far as the regular season, LeBron could beat a handful of these teams in a game by himself. Like, you know, by himself scoring all the points, but just being as good as he is, he can easily take a team where he wants them.
The Lakers are going to be a better playoff team than I think a regular season team is my thing. But I don't even think right now, regular season wise, I think those are going to be the top 3 win teams from the regular season. I don't think that Lakers team is getting to that 55 to 60 wins to be a top 3 seed. They could go anywhere 4 through 8. And I'm not saying they're missing the playoffs by any means, but
LeBron definitely getting them at least 50 by himself.
No, that's what I'm saying, though. But I think it's going to be between 50 to 55, which I think is going to be a 4 through 8 seed.
But 49 wins was the 3 seed last year, so it's like.
But I don't think all those teams are going to be as competitive, personally. Because last year was like a wild. The craziest year ever is like 08, 09, right? And that was the year the Nuggets had 50 wins and was the 8 seed. I don't know how the fuck that happened. But like last year,
Denver was definitely the 2 seed in 08, 09.
Which year did Denver play? Then it would be 07, 08. Is one of them years Denver was the 8 seed with 50 wins. Because they just beat out Golden State, who had 49 wins.
Yeah, they had 50 in 07, 08.
All right, so I was off by a year. My bad. But it's like.
That's when they had AI and Melo. That was wild.
As wild you could have 50 wins to be the 8 seed.
And I low-key got OKC being better than what's his name? Utah this year, as far as the record.
And OKC is the other one. Like, that's why I went back and forth. Like, I put OKC initially, and then I switched out.
Especially because you guys got to realize they bench just got a whole lot stronger with Nerlens Noel and Dennis Schroeder. Starters on pretty much any other team.
And Schroeder's way better as a backup anyway.
Yeah.
I'll say Schroeder's a starter. I don't think Noel's a starter. I like Noel as a backup big, but I don't think he's a starter on any team.
Well, not any team, of course. I mean, you know, there's some solid centers out there, but there's certain teams you can go to and be a starter. Definitely.
Yeah, and I'll give you that.
But
he's still, to me though, he's still more. He's
and even still, it probably ain't too many. Who's the best backup center in the NBA then, if that's the case?
No, that's what I was gonna say. He'd be right there with like the guys like Nene's the best backup to me right now.
You said who?
Nene.
You think Nene one of the best backup centers in the league?
He definitely. I don't think he's better than Noel. I mean, Nene is like all right, but
Is Nene even a backup center, or is he like a backup center?
No, Nene's a backup center. He comes in after Capella.
No, Noel definitely better than Nene though.
Off the bench. You said what?
I said Nerlens Noel is better than Nene. Well, I don't even know why we debating backup centers.
No, I'm just saying. No, we don't brought it up.
Well, no, I'm just saying as far as they. I mean, I ain't bring it up to debate backup centers, but I'm just saying as far I think that they bench improved a lot.
Yeah, no, they definitely
and they have Andre Robertson back, even though I ain't really a fan of his. He's a good defender.
I fuck with Robertson just off of like his defensive effort, and it's only so many niggas in the league that play this shit anyway. So
I mean, like but if he get like I like him a lot more if he could get a 3-pointer to go in here and then become a 3-and-D guy.
I mean, shit, that ain't go. You're asking for a lot, man.
Just from him, anybody else is regular. But yeah, I think they'll be. I think OKC would be better than Utah.
I might like I'll even say it like I might be giving Utah too much credit, but I think Utah's gonna be cold.
No, I like Utah. I like Donovan Mitchell a lot. I feel like he should have been Rookie of the Year. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what they do though.
Because Utah to me feels like, and it's a little bit different, but it's like when Utah had that D. Will Carlos Boozer team that was winning like the mid-50 games. That's what this team feels like. Like, obviously, Donovan Mitchell plays different.
I don't get that feel. Personally, I don't get that feel from them. I feel like they ran into a good situation playing OKC last year, and like those games could have went differently. So it's like hindsight 2020. So, but like they are going to be good, and Donovan Mitchell is going to get better. Cause especially him growing up, around like pro athletes, shit like that. I think that has a big impact on like how he adjusted. But that team as a whole, I can't say that they're going to be that successful like D. Will and Boozer this early at least.
Yeah, because it's like you can expect the consistency from like the star players, but then it's like you can't always guarantee that the role players are going to be consistent like that year to year.
But mind you, their whole team really like, and what's crazy about their team and why I actually like their team a lot more is like their team is built like a team. It's not just a bunch of like really good niggas on one squad. Like Rudy Gobert doesn't have to do much. He sits there, block shots.
Well, no, I definitely like the makeup of the team. To where it's like you got like it definitely feel like a team full of niggas that just kind of know their role.
Absolutely, and that's what I really like. So it's like Mitchell giving you 24, 25, Rubio running the offense, Gobert on defense. Like they got a good bench. Like their guys, to me, fit in as well as any team in the league, which is why I think they're going to end up.
I think the biggest issue with that team though is because like you need to have that second guy who's like
you need
the
stars,
perfect role
like,
player. You need a second guy that's gonna kind of fit in like that, but you also need that second guy to go get you buckets when your number one ain't no any team that doesn't have at least like 2 stars or 2 niggas that's gonna give you at least 20 a game. You're gonna have issues.
Like the guys that play their role is like a good basketball narrative, and like it's a good like. This is how you play the game. Like, it's good to say that. But if you want to win and, like, be real successful and not just second-round playoff successful, you got to have 2 to 3 stars. That's just the facts.
No, absolutely. But that wasn't what we were talking about.
No, I get what you're saying. Like, you think they'll be a good long-run team. I get that. But I'm saying I don't see that happening if Donovan Mitchell ain't got another top 15, 20 guy with him. Because I feel like in a couple years, he'll be a top 10, top 15 guy.
Mm-hmm. No, that's why I like. If I were to put it like the Jazz are a much better regular season team, I think a worse playoff team. I think the Pelicans are a worse regular season team, better playoff team.
Well, because what's going to be the hard part for the Jazz is it's like, all right, now that y'all yeah. I mean, even if y'all gonna fall into being one of those middle of the pack teams, because y'all ain't gonna be good enough to get another decent draft pick that's gonna kind of grow into a better player, and then ain't nobody going to Utah in free agency.
Either your team tanking or they building the super team. That's where we at with it.
Pretty much. Which really
It
sucks.
sucks. It's fucked up, but like that's the game though. That's the era, and it's like we've lived long enough to see at least three, 4 eras in the NBA. So it's like
Definitely.
we just gotta sit through this one, and this is the one we in, and the next one will be whatever it is.
Yeah. That's why, like, I guess to get back to the original point, if you ask me, like, the best, which I think is really all that it matters at this point, who has the best playoff lineups in the West, to me, Golden State's obviously got number 1. Houston's got 2. And then I would say it's a toss-up. Then you have to me, the next 3 are up for debate. But I think there's only 5 legitimate playoff lineups. I put Lakers, OKC, and the Pelicans as far as starting lineups in the playoffs.
And it's only crazy
man.
because there's like
I like the Spurs, man.
I like the Spurs too because I mean, realistically speaking, the Spurs
and
might have
I think Johnson's
best.
gonna have a big season. I think he's gonna have a big season.
You said who?
DeJounte Murray.
Yeah, no, I think the Spurs might have, like, as far as just team, like, overall team in the West, the Spurs might have, like, I mean, I ain't gonna even really say that because I mean, besides, I mean, they got DeJounte Murray, DeMar DeRozan, and then Aldridge. But it's like, I mean, the Lakers might have the third best roster as far as top to bottom. I mean, they're young and they still developing, but just as far as talent on the team, the Lakers might be like the third best team in the West, just as far as talent. But
see, my thing with that is, like, and I'm not even trying to say them be a homer, but if you look at the Spurs team, the Spurs have 2 guys past their prime, definitively. You've got another guy who's on the decline. You've got Young, and then you have one guy in his prime. You have DeRozan who's in his prime, and I think DeRozan's going to do good in San Antonio. You've got Murray who's still young. Gasol and Gay are definitely past their prime, and Aldridge is on the way down.
Okay, so I would counter that, and that's a good point. But I would counter that with, if you look at the Pelicans, you got a guy that's the top 4 playing in the game, top 5 at least.
Top 3.
You got Julius Randle, like I said. You got Julius Randle, who's a good we don't know how he'll react playing on a good team that actually wants to win, but I think he'll do good. But Julius Randle's a solid young player. You got Drew Holiday. You don't know what's going to happen with Drew Holiday. That could go either way. You got Elfrid Payton, who hasn't shown us any real thing in Orlando, but he's still young and he can still develop, but we don't know how that's going to go. You got Mirotic, who I like more playing with AD than Cousins, but you don't know how he'll go for 482. And then you look at their bench, which that really is what it comes down to me. I feel like the Spurs are deeper, and I'm not taking the Pelicans bench. I like Etuan Moore, I like Ian Clark, and guys like that, but I'm not taking the Pelicans bench over the Spurs bench.
Okay, so I would count at that point too, and this to me is just the difference in right in the team, is Randall's not a starter, and Elfrid Payton's not a starter. If you're going off the lineup they'll run, especially come to playoff time, it's you got Davis and Mirotic. You're gonna have Miller and Moore as shooters, and then Drew Holiday at point.
Okay, but even with that, we go in playoffs, and that means we going shorter rotations. We going no back to back type shit. So we getting rest and all of that included. So I figure, and we got to take these type of things into account. So by playoffs, Lonnie Walker, who could have been a top 10 pick, he'll be more developed, especially playing under Pop. If we got Rudy Gay and you got Pau Gasol, you got Marco Bellinelli, you still got Patty Mills. You got guys like Brandon Paul on the bench. I'd just rather take the Spurs roster for this season over the Pelicans roster.
See, I'd say this, and to me, that series comes down to because neither team wants to play the other team's style. The Spurs don't want to run with the Pelicans, and the Pelicans don't want to play the Spurs pace. Because if the game gets up and down, the Spurs want no part of that.
But we can't really say that, though. because they're younger than they are. Like, there's no Tony Parker. Like, they're younger than they were. Like, we can say they got old guys, but I mean, Powell's never like DeRozan will probably take over. So it's like we can't say they don't want to run because they got a better team this year equipped to run.
But I'm saying that though is they don't want to run. When I'm saying they don't want to run with the Pelicans had the fastest pace in the league post Cousins getting hurt. And the Pelicans had the best offense at that pace post Cousins getting hurt. I don't think besides Golden State and Houston, I don't think anybody wants to run with the Pelicans.
In the West?
I'm not saying that they're the best team in the league, but I'm saying that it serves you no point to play
in the West or in the NBA?
I'd say in the NBA.
Okay.
Who in the East wants to run with them?
There's plenty of teams that could run with the Pelicans in the East and give them problems in the East. The Pacers could run with the Pelicans in the East. Washington, if Bill and Wall like each other that week, they could run with the Pelicans.
That Washington success is solely based on like John Wall and Bradley Beal's relationship. Like the niggas got along for like
at the end of the day.
If the niggas got along for a full season, they could definitely make some real noise in the playoffs.
They could be a 2 seed.
Fuck the regular season. If they just decide to get along for the playoffs, they could get out the first round.
That's a fact. No, and I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. It's like, is it fair to say Golden State and Houston, nobody wants to run with them?
I think
like the absolute,
as far as like style of play.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly, yeah.
Like, it just doesn't serve you. It's not saying that you can't, because, like, LeBron gave him hell. LeBron was giving them 40 points. LeBron was giving them crazy-ass stat lines. Cleveland would have no business running with them niggas. And that's all I'm saying, is if you take away Golden State and Houston, the Pelicans are the next team where it's like, who wants to run? Because that's when AD's at his best. Because there's definitely not a big man that wants to run with him in the league. Drew, fast court, because he is worse when he's got to sit there and be a quote-unquote true point guard, and he's got to run a half-court set. That's not his strength. Miller and Etuan Moore are good shooters, not great shooters. You get more space when you run. And Mirotic just runs better. Mirotic is great just because since he's a stretch four, he's just the fucking slowest person on the court. So he gets his ass down there last, and he's usually the third pass. But that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that there's teams that can't run them and give them game. I'm just saying that's not the team you want to run with. It's no different than like what Will had done. Out of the 3 teams you picked last week, ain't nobody trying to run with Will's niggas if Don Nelson's their coach.
Right.
That's what Don Nelson ain't passing out the blunt before the game. But some niggas hoop they best really
That's what I'm saying. Is like pace wise. That's why I think the Pelicans are a better playoff team than they are a regular season team. Get them in those short spurts. Hell, you get a team like Portland. Portland would have been a team niggas would have said, "Oh, you don't want to run with Portland," and they ran Portland's ass straight out the building.
That's wild.
And if you look,
Portland needs another coach.
And what's crazy is like that series, like when they struggled, is when the Pelicans struggled. Like when the Portland made that comeback in Game 1, that was because the game got slowed down. Because the only nigga that can play consistently in the half court is Davis. I don't like anybody on that team playing slow down half court basketball for a full 48 minutes besides him.
And I think that'll be it's like the things we saw last year, like we know these motherfuckers finna make adjustments and change shit around. So it's just like who gonna make the adjustments to the teams that was tops last year, because we'll see a shake up in like standings and like how shit play out. So it's just a matter of which teams is going to like take a fall and like to what extent.
I definitely feel like Portland gonna be like LeBron's new Toronto. Like niggas that just got a LeBron.
I can see that.
But
I mean, all right. Let me ask this question. I'm gonna list the 8 Western teams from last year, and now we passed like a good free agency period. We seen some league and we seen the draft and all that good shit. So I'm gonna say who y'all think coming down or coming out. So we got Houston at 1, Golden State at 2, Portland at 3, OKC at 4, Utah at 5, New Orleans 6, Spurs 7, and Minnesota at 8. Who fall and who coming out completely?
Minnesota might be out.
I got Minnesota, San Antonio, and Portland all dropping out.
I don't think. I mean, you got to figure though. It's like San Antonio can't get work. Like they played all last year without their star, and they made the playoffs. So it's like I can't have them falling out. They could at least stay the same. I got Portland falling down. I got Portland going down. I got Minnesota out.
Now the teams we got from the West that missed, and I think we definitely know one that's going to get in there. But I think it's another one that could get in there too. So we got Denver, the Clippers, Lakers, Kings, Mavericks, Grizzlies, and Suns.
I definitely got
Denver can creep in there. Denver can creep in there. And
I got Denver in there. Got the Lakers in there.
So if Denver, because we know the Lakers are getting in, so who coming? So if we all could say Denver is getting in, who y'all think coming out? Because I'm saying Portland.
I definitely think Minnesota falling.
Well, no, I'm saying I'm taking Minnesota going out regardless. So we saying the Lakers replacing Minnesota. Now, who else got to leave for? I know Justin,
Portland,
you might think the Spurs, right?
Portland or San Antonio, either of them. And I'm also going to say
I don't see Denver. I don't see Denver being better than San Antonio, though. I can definitely see them being better than Portland.
And also,
I can see Denver being better than.
But the Phoenix Suns have a legit starting 5.
I can see Denver being better than Utah, personally.
No, look, me personally, I love Phoenix. Devin Booker might be is like my new favorite player.
I think Denver got
Devin Booker,
deep
Trevor
team.
Ariza, DeAndre Ayton. Like they have a legit starting 5. I'm not saying they're making the playoffs.
I don't know if they can make it this year. I mean, just because some of them young guys might need a little bit of time, might need a season to develop. But I think within the next 2 years, they can definitely creep back in there.
Absolutely. Like this Phoenix is going to be.
And I mean, it depends on. I think a lot of it might depend on Devin Booker's development this year, and then maybe the team defense. Because I mean, if he get his points per game up to about 27, 28 this year, and then the team play like solid defense as a whole, at least be competitive with some of the top teams.
And DeAndre Ayton could damn near step. That nigga's already built like a top center.
Yeah, now if he come in with some crazy numbers and like him and Devin Booker be like the new age Shaq and Kobe like he was claiming, then
it ain't gonna be like that.
It might be a problem.
But he'll
like I said, new age.
No, I know what you're saying.
About like
but
like
even his thing is like he's good and he's built physically and he's ready for the league. But it's like too many times in Arizona, like he let himself like disappear from the game. And it's like you can't do that shit in the NBA. The shit that he got away with as a Wildcat, like he can't let that happen in the league because he's fucked.
I'm one of the few people. I don't think college statistics have a damn thing to do with
no stats, no, but just the eye, like just watching them play the game. Because there's a lot of niggas in the NCAA that average 12, but they was lottery picks. But watching the games, watching them play, I can see that.
So how do we judge a nigga like Enes Kanter who got drafted 3rd and definitely didn't play?
It's different for a lot of Euro dudes though. So because it's like they look at all these
motherfuckers. Enes Kanter was on Kentucky.
It's project, but I'm saying like he's still, he went to Kentucky, but I'm saying like this is still like a project guy, especially if he's not playing with Cal's team in Kentucky. You still looking at this like, okay, this is a overseas foreign guy. I haven't seen him play, so I'm only assume like. This is a motherfucker that I can build.
Because who did Kanter get drafted to?
Utah.
Yeah, because it was him and Favors, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was him and D. Favors.
Yeah, they was wild, and that was supposed to be they were supposed to be hard. They were supposed to be going crazy in the paint.
Now, what's
I remember
is actually this is a decent question. Who would you rather have in 5 years? Simmons and Embiid or Booker and Ayton?
I'm picking Devin Booker over anybody. So Ayton, I mean, it's tough to say just because we ain't really seen Ayton on the, play in the NBA yet. But I mean, I'm picking Devin Booker. So if that nigga Ayton got to come with him, then it is what it is.
Hey, you know what's wild?
Like my bias with Devin Booker, is probably gonna be the same as it was with Melo.
That's fair.
depending on this
I asked
season.
niggas that question, and they had the audacity to tell me, well, it depends on if Ayton can stay healthy. So they went with Simmons and Embiid. I was done after that. Like, how you gonna say, like, oh, it depends if these niggas can stay healthy when y'all niggas only have played a combined, like, y'all have played 2.5 seasons.
Yeah, the nerve, right?
Yeah, y'all got 6 years in the league and played 2.5 years.
The fucking nerve.
Like, that shit was wild. Man. I'm like, y'all.
Embiid
tripped
healthy
me out.
1 year, nigga start wilding.
Embiid tripped me out when he said anything about niggas playing. Because I'd be like, bro, like, no matter if these niggas are, like, playing good or not, like, they're playing. You're not, my nigga.
That's a fact. Like, to me, can you – here's actually a good question. I used to use this argument with Anthony Davis, and I've always said – and Davis got injury issues too, so I can't sit there and be like, oh, well, he's immune from it. Is 60 games of Embiid a top 10 player?
No.
And that will never be a thing. Like, at least not for
That's
me.
what I was about to say. I don't even know who, like, 60 players are, I mean, unless you – no.
If it's a lockout.
No way. I mean, especially because it's like, nigga,
you
get more rest than everybody. You know, you should be going crazy when you come back. You've been sitting down for months.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a couple of guys who legitimately have that. Like,
fuck that.
Yeah, no. If LeBron's only playing if he's only playing 60 in the games in the 60s, LeBron's absolutely a top 10 player.
But that's also comes with legacy and
that's what I was about to say. It's
shit
because
you've
of the work
accomplished
that he put in. Like, he got a resume.
He earned to
built
be
up
able to
enough.
take those little breaks he was doing when he went back to Cleveland. Like, he earned that shit. So it's like
how many games did Embiid play last year?
50?
I feel like it was more than that. Was it only 50?
It might have been in the 60s, maybe. Let me check. I got the laptop.
I think it might have been. I think it might have been in the 60s.
I don't think so because he missed a bunch of time at the end of the season
with the fucking face issue. He played. He played 63 last year.
Okay. So then, it's 63 games. What he did last year, was that enough to qualify and be a top 10 player?
No, not at all.
Okay. Now, that's what I'm saying, because my argument always used to be...
And it's like, for me, it's hard for me to put you in the top 10 off of just one season anyway. Like, I feel like if you got to do it consistently, because it's, it's too many of these guys in the top 10 that's done it consistently, and you telling me we're going to knock these niggas out the top 10 for a nigga that's had one good season?
Well, that comes with the argument then of Ben, because Ben Simmons and Embiid have, and to a degree deservedly so, they have all the hype right now, but they've only played the one season.
No, they definitely deserve the hype, but as far as being top 10, no.
All right. I was curious. I'm bouncing off ideas. Y'all help
because I like them. I like both of them.
No, Ben's been my guy.
I think they both
in high school, but it's just like
I'm not giving them that
credit yet.
Do you think if he played 70 games a year, could he be a top 10 player?
Who, Joel Embiid?
You got to at least be 75 for me to be like you a top motherfucker. At least 75, because even when D Wade was like hurting and going through his situation.
70 games a year though, you only missing 12 games. That ain't bad. So, I mean, that's debatable. I feel like if you get 70,
Anthony Davis can't be a top 10 player.
No, but I mean, Anthony Davis last 2 seasons he's giving you 75 games.
Nah.
I think
like
if you get 70 games,
75.
I think so. I think if you get 70 games, I think you in for the debate with 70 games. 70 games is a lot of games, yo. Like, I mean, it ain't 82, but it's
66 games of basketball is a lot of games, so it's like.
Well, because it's guys that it's coaches that rest their guys 12 games a season.
No, that's what I'm saying. So here's my argument. Like I said, this is always I've had to deal with this. So Anthony Davis games played, he's got the 75 last years, but he's 61, 68, 67, 64. Is that enough time to deservedly be called like a top 10 player?
I mean, for him, yeah, just because of the shit that he done in that time. So it's like,
well, I mean, but it's like even though it's only been that many games, you got to look at the numbers he put up. So it's like you got enough of a resume to say, all right, this is what we know he can do he did this consistently over however many seasons. So you got to show, even if you're gonna be injured, you got to show some type of consistency when you playing. So it's like I just don't feel like Joel Embiid has done anything consistently enough yet.
And the year he played 61 and 15, 16, he took them to the playoffs. So it's like, Embiid ain't like if you're going to be playing these games and want to get these accolades, you got to do something that's got to impact the warrant that shit.
He gamed the Thunder that year too.
He definitely gamed the Thunder. I was sick because I was like, shit. Because that was the year KD was hurt, and I was like hoping Russ could. That's when he started that triple-double shit. I was hoping he could get him there.
Russ told Paul George, "Go ahead, tell him I'm a bad teammate. Tell them what they want to hear."
No bullshit, because niggas love Russ. It's just playing with him is just tough.
I was about to say, you say they say everybody love Russ but hate Steph Curry. That's wild. That's a wild statement.
I get that, bro.
I know, but niggas that play with Russ all leave, and niggas that play with Steph win rings. Shit is wild.
It be like that sometimes. But nah. So then it's better questions. I've already obviously said where I think. Who y'all gonna think be the top 4 or 5 teams as far as like in the playoffs will actually make noise?
What, just like the top 4 or 5 in the West?
The West.
I mean, but we know. The
East
top,
I think is a lot more on lock. I think I don't think, to me personally, I don't see a team. I don't see a team that's going to compete with.
So what's the top 4 in the East to you?
I don't even have a top 4 in the East. I think it's.
I can give you a top 4 in the East.
I mean, I could, but I don't think there's a team that matters. Like, it'd go Boston, Philly, Milwaukee, and Washington, but I don't think any of the other 3 are nearly as good as Boston. I think Boston's got to fuck it up to lose.
I think Toronto is better than Washington this season. Has a better record, I should say. I think Boston, I'm going with Boston number 1 for sure. I think Milwaukee could probably come in as the 2nd or 3rd seed. I think Philly might be the 4th. Philly probably,
especially if he looks strapped like that.
I like Indiana over Milwaukee as a team.
See, where do you so?
I think a lot of that too. Like, I think a lot of that is if Victor Oladipo do what he did again. Because I'm a fan of Victor Oladipo. If he do what he did again this year, and then if
I think the guys around
if Miles Turner
around Giannis.
If Miles Turner come with a little bit more, yeah, I mean,
and they just added Tariq Evans.
I got Milwaukee being a first round exit again. Already.
No, actually, so and here's I'm kind of confused. So
hold on, it's July 31st.
Answer me a question, Tony, because I'm getting kind of confused now, right? So when we were talking about the way teams are built, you were like, well, it's got to be a superstar league. You got to have superstars.
Yeah, to want to win long term and like compete for championships.
But then, why would you? So would it be fair? Because to me, it seems like you go then when you talk about like matchups or saying which team is better than the other, you go with the team over the star player. Because Giannis is definitely the best player on the court if Milwaukee and Indiana play. Like, that only makes close. And I like Victor Oladipo. I don't think he has.
No, that's a fact. Doesn't matter.
But I think he was saying you need like multiple stars.
Yeah, I'm saying you need multiple stars if you want to win rings. In this situation,
like, I mean, a better team could definitely be the star player.
We just talking about the top 4 teams coming out the East. I'm talking about you need 2 to 3 stars in the game if you want to win championships.
Correct. So, but who's Indiana's second best player?
But they're not winning the championship.
Yeah, we're not having that conversation right now.
I'm talking about just the matchup between those two. Like, if you say Indiana being over, like if Indiana and Milwaukee played a series, who do you think would win?
Right now, I think Indiana will win.
Okay, so who's the second best player in Indiana?
The second best player, it could be Miles Turner. Yeah, Miles Turner. I don't know, Reek Evans balling, but I see Miles Turner.
Okay, so who would you say is the second best player in Milwaukee?
Chris Middleton.
Okay, so who do you think is better, Chris Middleton or Miles Turner?
Right now, it depends.
Yeah.
It depends, because I've seen Chris Middleton not, like, disappear from the game plan. But Miles Turner is always an active guy in whatever the Pacers is doing, whether it's offensively or defensively.
I mean, who do you think is ranked higher at their position? Because I mean,
Miles
it's
Turner.
when you debate. That's what I said. When you debating a center versus a two guard, it's like, I mean, how do you debate who's better?
Okay, but I wouldn't. That I wouldn't use as a fair argument.
But what's the criteria as far as who's better when you like? I mean, just as far as like
if you were drafting a team, who would you take higher?
If I'm making a team, I'm picking Miles Turner.
I mean, who I got already.
That's shit, nigga. Mind you, nigga, you can throw a bunch of that shit like who I got, where I play. Like, no, I'm saying that like if you doing if you doing a draft, right?
I could definitely screenshot you like my last 2K like fantasy draft, and I definitely got Miles Turner on my team, and never thought about drafting.
Never lost.
I don't know. To me, and maybe I'm just higher on Milwaukee than a lot of people, but like, what the fuck?
Shit, you and Bill Simmons.
What is it? But no, like, to me, I'm not taking Indiana over Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee runs that series. And I don't even think the fact.
I mean, what do you think? What do you think they do better as a team? What do you think they do better than?
Let's rewind to April though.
I think they have better players. Flat out.
But what do you think as a team? What do you think they do better? Like,
no,
okay, so at the top, we saying you think they got a better start at 5, correct?
I'm not even saying full start at 5. I'm saying if you asking me who my top
because Giannis is not good enough to Giannis Antetokounmpo is not good enough yet for us to be like he can take this team here by himself.
He's not beating like Giannis can't beat Indiana by himself, and it's like as good as Giannis is, like he's like plenty of moves away from being that player. Like now he working
the physical traits he's definitely got.
Yeah, but it's
the
like
basketball
his skill set. His skill set, I feel like ain't there yet. Like he gonna get you 30 just off driving and dunking on everybody.
It's the Blake Griffin effect.
He gonna get you 30 off of that alone. But it's like when they clog that paint at the end of the game and you forced to knock down a jumper.
No. I mean, when I say Blake Griffin effect, I mean we all remember when Blake came into the league and he was just athletically better than everybody and that carried him to success. But when he learned to really hoop and he was really becoming a basketball player, he started to get hurt.
But that's why I tell everybody, like, I'm a fan of Giannis, and I'm like, as good as Giannis is, he don't even know how to play basketball yet, which is scary. Like, that nigga really can't hoop for real. Like, he just, like, so athletically gifted right now.
That he's great.
Like, once he learns
how to use basketball, that shit, that's a scary thing.
That's why I said, like, I was telling someone, I'm like, that nigga don't even know how to hoop yet. Which is crazy.
So, I mean, yeah. But even still with that, it's like, I don't know, like I said.
So do you believe that the best shooting team will win?
Why is Blake Griffin in Detroit? That shit is wild.
Because I feel like we in that. I mean, with the times that we in, I feel like the best shooting team will win more times than not. I don't know a situation where that hasn't happened.
I think the team with the best players.
Who did they play in the first round last year? Milwaukee. Who was it?
The Celtics.
They played the Celtics. No,
sorry, the Celtics. Sorry.
Who was the best player on the floor in that series?
Correct. And you know what happened in that series? Milwaukee could not win a game on the road. But could Boston either?
I mean, no, but like, they still lost
because they didn't have home court. But if you give,
if we saying that,
all right. But I mean, now we saying that team couldn't win a game on the road, but we watched like Indiana win games in Cleveland. I mean, they lost games at home too, but
that's what I was gonna say. Like that nullifies that.
I mean, but Cleveland had LeBron. Milwaukee ain't got LeBron.
No, that's a fact. But what I'm saying is though, especially in that series, because Milwaukee can defend Victor Oladipo better than Indiana can defend Giannis. Milwaukee is like the longest team in the league, and they could give Victor Oladipo hell. Not saying he won't still score, but no one on Cleveland can stop Oladipo.
I mean, but
JR was done. No one could guard him. And on Milwaukee, they can throw a couple guys at him who have length, whether it's Brogdon, whether it's Middleton.
We say throw him at him, but it's like that's cool and all, but it's like that his team around him is still good enough to like.
Only nigga. Go ahead, John.
No, I was gonna say like his team around him is still good enough for them to succeed. Is Giannis' team good enough to still succeed around him?
What I think they will be this year, yes, because you get Brogdon another year, you get Middleton another year.
What year is this for Chris Middleton?
Third?
Shit.
Second? No, third.
Nah, hell no.
Because I feel like
Middleton?
this is fifth or sixth.
That was about to say Chris Middleton. Brogdon, this is Brogdon's third year. This is Chris Middleton's like 6th year.
And there's gonna come a time where we gotta stop being
this like his second.
we
This
giving
like
him
his
time.
second or third year being relevant, but this like his 6th season.
Yeah, he going into his 7th because he got drafted by Detroit, then he went to Milwaukee. So this will be his 7th year. Yeah.
This is Brogdon's third year though, because he won Rookie of the Year 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Or technically last season.
That was wild.
Season before this one.
Yeah. But it's like you got Chris Middleton who's playing the best basketball. He averaged 20 last year. You got Brogdon. I just think, like I said, Milwaukee's team, I think Milwaukee's overall team I think it's a toss-up between them and Indiana. And then, like I said, if you're just going off best player, Giannis is by far the best player.
I don't think it's a toss-up.
Actually,
though,
now that I think about it more, I don't think they fucking with Indiana because they did just add Tyreke Evans. And then, I mean, Joe Ingles is a shooter.
No, Joe Ingles on Utah.
I mean, Bogdanovich. What's his name?
Bogdanovich.
All them niggas look alike. Bogdanovich, he a shooter. Like, if you ever heard Nori say he a shooter, Bogdanovich a shooter.
Shit, and they got. I like they bench.
Did Milwaukee get Brook Lopez? Yep.
Nigga.
No, but I'm saying, like, if you got now Eric Bledsoe played like some shit last year.
Cool, Drew.
But
probably will this year.
But Eric Bledsoe, Brogdon, Chris Middleton, Giannis, and Brook Lopez. And you got Brandon Jennings and Dellavedova.
My son said Brandon
Jennings.
My son said BJ.
Thon Maker, Jason Terry.
I started fucking with Brandon Jennings after he fumbled a brick away. Tiana Taylor.
Like, Milwaukee's team. Let me pull up the Pacers team.
I think it's debatable. Like I think I like Indiana because even when I was naming it, I don't even think Indiana ain't crossed my mind right away. But I mean, y'all know I know you know, Justin. I was like calling for Victor Oladipo to be most improved player like early last year.
No, that's a fact. And like I'm not saying Indiana's a bad team. I think Indiana looked.
I think the East is a lot more competitive this year, though. Like definitely. Because it's like even though we all got Boston, yeah, even though we all got Boston coming out, I mean, like, I think it's definitely a lot more competitive. Like them niggas another 2 injuries away from it being debatable again.
Don't put that on me, bro.
What is it?
Because I mean, Toronto, with Toronto adding Kawhi Leonard, if he played this season, they still got a real good bench.
That's a fact. What is it? Like, yeah, no, because here's my thing too. It's like, I just don't think it's. I think the Pacers had a better moment than we actually thought they were. Like, because they played just LeBron.
I mean, they was a higher seed though than the Bucks.
I don't know how. Like the Rock.
So like
because they won more games.
Now, like if Indiana hadn't played Cleveland in the first round, do you think they could have beat anybody else in the first round? Like, what teams do you think they could have beat in the first round?
Who were the top 3 seeds again? It was Cleveland,
in the
Boston,
East?
and
in the East,
Toronto,
Boston, and Philly.
I think Toronto would have beat them. Boston would have beat them.
I don't know. Like I said, like, I'm just not, and like I fuck with Victor Oladipo. I'm just not as sold on. I'm not looking at anybody else on this. Like after you go Oladipo, Miles Turner, I'm not looking at anybody else on Indiana's roster, and I'm like, oh, like I gotta even be worried about them.
But you looking at niggas on Milwaukee like that?
I can at least get through. I can at least.
I mean,
get,
and Utah,
like,
and Utah. I mean, like you looking at niggas on Utah like that?
No, and I already said what I think Utah is. I think Utah is the best like team we have.
I mean, but it's like besides Donovan Mitchell and
nobody plays defense like Utah. That's one of the biggest differences. Like the way Utah plays defense, Milwaukee and Indiana don't play nothing like that. And not even saying they're not good defensive teams; they're just not Utah.
I just don't think. I think the thing with Milwaukee is that I think the biggest thing is like Giannis like getting the jump shot.
No, absolutely. No, if
because
I
feel like
the Bucks are my favorite team to win the East.
Because I feel like the thing is he could get them. You know, y'all could get to the playoffs, but it's like I don't think you have any type of playoff success without being able to shoot.
Like, and don't get me wrong, like, yeah, and like I said, I don't think I will agree that yeah, Milwaukee's not going to be better. Like I said, I don't think anyone's close to Boston. Like, I don't think it matters, and I really don't think it matters. Like, if they get in the playoffs, like, I just don't think, barring an injury, no one's going to beat them. But if you're asking me who's like the next group of guys, teams that are going to compete, I would have Milwaukee over Indiana.
Well, I mean, I think they got more. I think they might have more potential, like in the long run, definitely.
Because even with because here's my thing too. Indiana's got a lot of guys, so I'm just like I think you guys have a better opinion of Tyreke Evans than I do.
I mean, my opinion on Rikas is based off of how he played last year, and the way he played last year was that of a good guy that could go with Victor Oladipo.
But he's coming off the bench.
A guy that averaged 19.
Because is he going to start? Because wasn't Darren Collison still their starter in the playoffs?
Shit, probably. But I mean, we talk what is the conversation we're having? Because I'm having a figure of a full complete team, like from your best player to your last player on your bench. And if I'm looking at it from 1 through 12, I feel like Indiana got a better 1 through 12 than the Bucks. The Bucks might got the best player, but their best player is not good enough to beat a whole team yet.
Okay, but if I'm going, so I'm gonna just name off the teams, right? Okay, because this is where I'm getting maybe like, I feel like there's more names on Milwaukee than there are on Indiana, but
the Pacers actually swept the season series against them.
Man. Giannis, Eric Bledsoe, Malcolm Brogdon, Sterling Brown, Dellavedova, John Henson, Brandon Jennings, Brooke Lopez, Thon Maker, Jason Terry, Tony Snell, Xavier Mumford, Shabazz Muhammad, Chris Middleton, and then Tyler Zeller. And then I got Indiana, starting with Oladipo, Ike, Bogo, Ivanovic, Trevor Booker, Darren Collison, Tyreke Evans, Al Jefferson, Aaron Holiday. Damn, then you don't got a picture yet.
That's your boy brother, though. You love Drew Holiday. You gotta love Aaron Holiday.
That's that. Hey, they got more niggas in the NBA than the Ball brothers.
We don't fuck with Justin Holiday, but you know.
Niggas definitely don't mention Justin.
Oh, that nigga stuck it up in Chicago. Trash ass nigga.
Corey Joseph, TJ Leaf, Alex Potheris.
Listen, man, they swept the season series.
Tyler Quinn, Ben Moore. No, I'm just saying, though. Like,
Alex Potheris still in the fucking league.
Who?
That nigga went to Kentucky. I'm surprised you're still in the league and shit.
Oh.
The nigga Alex Poitras.
Kyle LeQuinn, Ben Moore, Edmund Summer, Joe Young,
That's
Thaddeus
okay.
Young.
We might as well go on to the next topic.
And
agree to disagree.
Yeah. So who
let
y'all?
me
But
see,
anyways, who are y'all top 4 or 5 teams in the West? That was the original question was.
Yeah, we sorry fans, but y'all got some extra little content and shit. But do we gotta include Golden State, yo? Because I feel like that's like.
Well, just who you think is, like I said, just top 14, and I'm talking about playoff teams. So, like, who you think is gonna make the most noise in the playoffs? Not necessarily just have the best regular season.
Golden State, OKC, Lakers.
I mean, is it considered noise when Golden State is doing what they're supposed to do?
That's what I'm saying. Like, who do you think could meet Golden State in the Western Conference?
Okay, all right.
So, okay, I got you.
Lakers, OKC, Spurs, and can I say Houston since we just saying like who can face them?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, yeah. So that's my 4.
Out of curiosity, what's your like lineup?
See, it's weird because like I'm still starting Lonzo, and then I feel like they could go. I feel like they could really go Ingram at 2 because I think his game's like good to play 2. I think Kuzma's good at 3, LeBron at 4, 3. You could go that either way, and they really ain't got no choice but to play JaVale at 5.
And you think that's a team that could be in the Western Conference Finals?
I mean, I think that LeBron, like I said, LeBron gives them 50 regular season. I think those guys develop him a little bit more. I feel like he'll help Kuzma and Ingram, yeah. And I think you still got to look at that. They got a solid bench to me. I don't know if all those pieces fit. But then there's like, we going by just the team they got now. I still feel like they could play with Chicago, but we don't know like trades and shit like that. But as built now, I think yes.
I see. That's like, and like I said, LeBron's obviously going to get them to the playoffs. Probably get them home court advantage, no lower than probably like the 5 seed. And that just, I don't know how serious he's going to take the regular season this year. I don't know if it's 82 game LeBron or if it's going to be the 70 game LeBron. And that's his prerogative, whichever he wants to do. It's not going to bother me either way. But
he giving them 82 just off the fact that he ain't in LA for the basketball.
But that's even another thing. He
want to win, of course. That's just his nature. But it's like he's here for the bigger thing. But it's like if I can win these niggas some games and get them back to relevancy along the road, shit, I'm popping.
I see. I just
like we look at sports as like one thing, but like this shit is not the way we want it to be. Like this shit is TV to them.
No, I get that. I'm saying though, I just don't believe if you're asking me out of the teams you just named, everybody, and I don't even think that highly the Spurs starting 5. I think the Lakers got the worst starting 5.
I mean, that could be the case, but it's only one niggas that could choose to lose in 5, the Golden State, and is these teams. And I'm not even gonna say lose in 5 because I feel like Boogie is gonna make or break a lot of shit for them. I feel like if they bring him back before February, that's a dumbass decision. I feel like he come back after February, they could sweep through the playoffs.
They definitely could sweep through yeah. I don't even want to talk about that actually. Will, who you got?
As far as who could face them niggas in the conference finals, Houston, possibly LA, OKC. Shit, who else?
I think DeRozan might win a scoring title this year.
Fuck no.
Nah,
possibly San Antonio too. Though, I think with DeRozan, I think Pop is just good enough. Like Pop is definitely gonna get that nigga up like a couple of points a game, at least 2 or 3.
Because DeRozan was 24 a game last year, some shit like that.
24 or 25. So I think Pop could get him to 28.
He was 27 2 years ago.
Well, I think last year he was like less. Let me see.
I definitely can see my son averaging 30 with Pop. I'm not gonna hold y'all.
I mean, it depends. Is Pop gonna let the nigga play the minutes or what?
Yeah, he was 27 and 16. He was 23 last year. Yeah, you
so
got
I
a point.
think
You
Pop
got
will
a
get
point
him
about the
27,
minute shit.
28.
You got a
But
point about the minute shit.
yeah, because if Pop monitoring minutes
That's
and
a
shit,
good point, bro.
he ain't gonna play. He ain't gonna play more than like 30.
That's a good point.
But then now that this nigga's younger,
I don't
he
think I
might
could ever
just.
see a nigga in San Antonio winning a scoring title. Like, I couldn't see a Popovich player winning a scoring title. Not that they're not great enough to do it, but it's just that doesn't feel like
Something
Yeah,
that
they'll
they
really
should do.
they'll have to really be up there in points per game and shit. Like as far as the team,
That'd be some shit
like
that he'll have to try. Like I want you to do this
he'll have to
because
tell that nigga,
Yeah,
play
like-
35 minutes a game or 40 minutes a game.
because Pop's system is literally passing. Pop's system, like if he had a dream scenario, all of his 5 starters would average like 18 a game, and the 4 or 5 niggas he brings off the bench would average 9 or 10 a game. Like that would be Pop's perfect world. Like it's not like when Phil was doing the triangle. Like the triangle ended with one guy having the ball, whether it was Mike, Kobe, Shaq, Pippen, whoever. Like Pop's system, like you really was supposed to get that bitch and pass it until if you didn't have an open 3 or a layup, like you was fucking up. Because even when Tony Parker was doing it for like whatever year Tony Parker started off the year killing people for like 30 points for the first week of the season.
Oh man.
Hey, yo, who's the who had you like test earlier when you was like, if you still live with your parents, you can't call me broke. I was like, damn, who my man got
Some
smoked?
nigga, some nigga was
He
talking
definitely
shit
out here
and he
sending
was really
shots
like,
out here.
yo, I know, because like, yo, I was here. Like, literally, we was talking about buying shit, or like buying groceries, and I was like, only, and I just went to Food for Less to pick up some shit to cook dinner. And what the fuck was it? Oh, yeah, this shit. Yo, why'd you bring that up again? I was finally over that like 10 minutes ago.
We addressing all the smoke.
A nigga was literally just like talking shit, and like he called me broke because I went to Food for Less to get groceries, and I'm like, nigga, you still live at your parents' house. You don't pay no bills, no responsibilities. Get your broke ass out.
Oh wait, so nniggas
This
like
a
call
nigga you know?
Niggas call you broke over where you get your groceries from.
That's what I'm saying. Like
What type of shit is going on, bro?
If they think all that ground beef got shit, they ain't got shit in it. No matter where you get it from, they don't know about it. Like all that shit trash, and we still go eat it.
Pretty much.
Like nigga, if I make you a burger, you ain't gonna be able to say, "Oh no, I can't eat that. This came from Food for Less." Like if I just give you the burger, you ain't gonna be able to taste no difference.
Like I was just, and this shit just tripped me out because I'm like, my man works part time. Fuck out of here talking about you calling someone bro.
You said what?
I think I work part time. Like fuck out of here calling someone bro.
Yo, when I was just scrolling the timeline, so I see that shit pop up. I said, "What's up with my man, yo? Who got my son ready to let off the blicky?"
Yeah, you out here.
I was heated. Hey, speaking of Blake, you know who Deadass gave like a funny ass
6ix9ine
interview?
definitely said name a Vic Mensa song, and I was like, nope.
That interview, that's the first time like that nigga was legitimately funny. My man said, "Hey, yo rapped his own meme." Like he definitely rapped the meme. He was like, "They caught me without the blicky." Ah.
Y'all still think that that shit fake?
I definitely still think it's fake, but you know,
The way he described it just sounded weird. Hey, he said, and like he was trying to like it sounded like he fucked up when he was talking because he was like, "Oh, you know, I was trying my best. I didn't want to lead him back to like my house." I'm like, "What you mean you didn't want to, nigga? You just don't." For one, especially like if you know like
You wild.
you
wild.
like,
if you lead a nigga to where your baby mama and your kid
and your
kid
daughter
is
is like he tripping.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was like, but then he was like, "Oh, but you know," and he like stuttered for a little bit, but the nigga kind of, you know, he a little slow anyway, so. But he was stuttering. Then he was like, "They had my head down like against the floor of the car."
It's
And
Troy
then he was like,
nigga.
Especially because
He was
but he
like,
said it
"Yo,
like
I
he
got."
said it like the niggas do where he lived, but then he said like he let them though.
No, that's what the nigga said. I have jewelry at my house, and he said the nigga lifted my head up, and we was at my house. So like, so regardless if there was an inside job or not, you was about to tell him where the fuck you live to go
He
get the
was
jewelry.
definitely rich snitch on his own. See, and like the thing about that shit that's so crazy to me is like in the words of my son Vince Staples, y'all niggas gonna have to kill me because because there's no way. There's no way.
Like, you can't do where any of my family is. Like, you're not allowed to find out where any of them live. Like, you just can't.
Like I always say, how you get
Like,
kidnapped? How you get kidnapped? Like in your own, like in somewhere you live. Because in reality, if niggas run up on me and like hop in and we anywhere where I know a location, nigga, I'm going home.
Like, that shit was wild. Like, at least the rest of his interview was funny. It was like the first time I could tolerate him talking. Because nigga definitely said, what the fuck was it? He was like, he laughed at his own song because he was rapping that Fifi shit, and he was like, "Yo, what the fuck is that bullshit?"
Because he know that shit dumb as hell.
Like,
well, people dumb as hell too. So he gonna cook either way.
Hey, no, dead ass. He called all his fans stupid. I'm like,
that ain't gonna stop him from streaming that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like that shit was wild. But he definitely called himself a troll star. He's like, he told Angie that's the best interview you ever gave.
Who's the biggest troll? Like when we was like younger, I guess.
And said 50.
Damn. But 50 don't really be trolling though. That's the thing.
And said 6ix9ine was the biggest troller since 50. She says y'all both
brilliant.
50 but it's a difference. Like 50 be trolling, but 50 be mean and shit.
50 be like, dead ass though. Like that's the thing.
Because you know how Tekashi said like how he'll keep poking you until you get mad and then stop. Like 50 don't care about you getting mad.
50 Cent just told Floyd Mayweather, "You are the reason 2 people died."
Like, and then he said, "You my brother and I love you.
You my brother. That's why I ain't gonna kill you." Like my nigga, fit. Like I hate when they compare.
That's the wildest threat ever.
I hate when they compare 50 to other niggas. Like bro, 50 Cent is so different. He was shot 9 times. The nigga mother got killed. The nigga pops got killed. Like this nigga's different, bro. That's why when they say different. That's why when I seen that shit, like who was bigger, like Drake or 50, like when 50's prime, I'm like when Get Rich or Die Trying came out, come on, yo, cut it out, bro. You couldn't.
Nah. The only thing when all the prime ones come, I think the only conversation, because I think it's weird to compare like who was the biggest superstar at any given point in time, because there's a bunch of factors that go into all that shit, right? Like even when like you fuck with Recovery heavy, right?
Heavy.
Yeah, it's like 2010, like that was his year, but that was also because there were so many other factors that went into that album that it's like that kind of elevated him to a different spot, right?
But like he was finna do the numbers with regard, like that's Eminem. Cause mind you, fucking
but that
Relapse did numbers, and that shit is trash.
But I'm saying though, but he did extra for that album. His stardom was rise for that period of time because of what was going on. And same with 50. The only thing you can give Drake, I think the only argument you can legitimately make about Drake at this point, it's not so much saying is he bigger than anybody at any given point in time, but his run is definitely the longest, being this high.
Oh, Drake's?
Yeah.
Not really though. Like uncontested?
Drake is
because
Drake's the only nigga
Ho's run in like from late 90s to Black Album. Hove had like 6-7 summers on lockdown.
Okay, but Drake going on 9, almost 10 years.
But is Drake's run now big? Like, we talking like culturally. I'm not talking like Billboard joints and that type of shit. We know Drake got those. But like from
Drake, the only nigga that's been top 3 since you've been in elementary.
I mean, but Drake definitely ain't got like Drake's run being as big as it is. He definitely don't have that.
He don't got that impact.
I feel on the culture as 50 and Hov did though. Because I think that has to do with musically is different, but I think
that's what I'm talking
musically
about.
Is one thing, but just as far as like the culture as a whole,
I'm talking about the shit that
I think it's different. Like 50 Cent definitely had niggas wearing them crazy ass tank tops.
50 Cent had
And
niggas wearing
that's-
tank tops. Jay-Z had street niggas wearing button downs.
Like,
Mind you, Jay-Z
no, and
could
that's fair,
definitely
but that's
say
just Drake's
say something that's
persona.
whack, and it was over with for it.
Jay-Z said, "Stop
No,
wearing
well, that's-
jerseys. Niggas ain't wear jerseys since."
Jerseys just got back hot again.
Just got back hot again because the
2016.
Fab was wearing them, and they only got hot because Fab was wearing the movie joints. He was wearing like fucking Saved by the Bell jerseys.
Yeah,